We've all been there, right? Staring down a showroom aisle of sofas,
Oh, tell me about it.
each one promising to be the missing piece of your living room puzzle. But then,
The doubt creeps in.
yes, chenille or velvet.
Ugh, don't even get me started on the rug selection.
Oh, I know. Mid-century modern
Trying to tie it all together.
or something more classic.
Yeah,
It's
it's a lot.
enough to make anyone break into a cold sweat.
It is. It is.
Now imagine navigating that minefield, but instead of one sofa,
Oh, boy.
you're dealing with truckloads of furniture.
I can't even imagine.
That's the everyday reality.
Wow.
For a wholesale merchant in furniture, carpets, and lighting equipment,
Okay.
a career path that might not scream glamour at first glance,
Maybe not.
but trust me,
Okay.
it's far more dynamic than you might think.
All right.
We're talking about the behind-the-scenes players who make sure those showrooms
Interesting.
are stocked and ready for shoppers like you.
I see. I see.
So we're taking a deep dive today, pulling back the curtain on this surprisingly intricate career path.
Okay.
Using insights from RoleCatcher.com.
Okay, cool.
And the first thing that jumped out at me, forget those images of dusty warehouses
Yeah.
and endless inventory spreadsheets.
Okay.
This role is about understanding people
Really?
as much as it is about products.
Interesting.
It's not just about moving stock.
Okay.
It's about connecting the dots between what furniture stores need and what manufacturers are producing.
Oh, I see.
A successful wholesale merchant is like a strategic matchmaker,
Okay.
spotting trends, building relationships,
Right.
and making sure both sides of the deal feel like they're winning.
Wow. Okay. I like that analogy.
Yeah.
That's a good one. It is.
So tell me more about the skill set involved, because RoleCatcher's guide
Yes.
really emphasizes this blend of market savvy and people skills, right?
Absolutely. You'd assume, right, that negotiation would be the top skill.
Right.
And while it's definitely important, the guide actually highlights active listening
Oh,
as equally crucial.
interesting.
Think about it. You can't effectively negotiate a deal,
Right.
whether you're working with like a trendy downtown boutique or a massive furniture chain,
Right.
unless you truly understand their needs
Oh, okay.
and pain points, you know.
So it's not just about being a smooth talker.
Right.
It's about really hearing what your clients,
Yes.
both the stores and the manufacturers, are telling you.
Exactly. Exactly.
So asking the right questions,
Yes.
listening to the answers,
Oh.
and then using that information to craft solutions that benefit everyone involved.
100%.
A good wholesale merchant isn't just pushing products.
No.
They're solving problems, building trust,
Right.
and ultimately driving success for everyone at the table.
It's all connected.
That actually sounds incredibly rewarding, especially if you thrive in that kind of environment.
It is, yeah.
Speaking of which,
Yeah.
RoleCatcher also gave us some insight into the kind of personality that thrives in this role.
Yeah, I bet some listeners are surprised to see that it's not all about being a numbers whiz. While analytical skills are important,
Sure.
the ideal candidate also possesses, like, a high EQ, you know?
Yeah.
They're comfortable building rapport,
Right.
navigating different personalities, and knowing when to push and when to compromise.
It's fascinating how this, like, seemingly niche career path requires such a dynamic mix of skills.
It is.
Almost like a perfectly balanced piece of furniture itself.
Right.
Needs to be sturdy and functional, but also aesthetically pleasing to be successful.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Speaking of balance,
Yes.
let's talk about the delicate dance between those analytical skills and the art of the deal
Right.
that you mentioned earlier.
Yes.
Because we've got this, like, intriguing blend of data and intuition at play here.
We do.
And I imagine that's where things get really interesting.
Yeah, for sure.
Tell me more about how those two sides come together.
It's where the real magic happens.
Okay.
Imagine this.
Okay.
You've been analyzing market data,
Right.
and you notice a growing consumer demand for sustainable furniture options. You see, even the furniture industry is touched by these larger trends.
Makes sense.
Everyone's thinking about their environmental impact these days.
Right. Exactly.
So you, as the savvy wholesale merchant, you spot this opportunity.
Okay.
You approach a furniture manufacturer you've built a strong relationship with, maybe one known for their traditional designs,
Okay.
and present them with this data.
Okay.
You make a compelling case for why incorporating recycled materials or exploring eco-friendly production methods could give them a competitive edge.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So you're not just selling a product, you're selling a vision backed up by
Exactly.
solid research.
Precisely. And this is where those negotiation skills come into play.
Right.
You work with the manufacturer to strike a deal that makes sense for their bottom line.
Okay.
while also ensuring the furniture store can price the new sustainable line competitively for their customers.
Right.
It's a win-win-win.
Wow, this is what I mean by hidden depths.
Right.
Suddenly we're talking about market trends, sustainability, the art of persuasion.
It's a lot more than meets the eye.
Who knew furniture wholesale could be so fascinating
Yeah, no, right?
and potentially lucrative?
And potentially lucrative, exactly.
Which brings us to the question I know is on everyone's mind.
Okay.
Okay, BUT, how's the pay? Because all this sounds intriguing.
Right.
But let's be real, that's a major factor when considering a career path.
Of course. Of
Yeah.
course. You're right to ask.
Yeah.
And while RoleCatcher doesn't get into specific numbers,
Okay.
they do provide a helpful roadmap of typical career stages, which can give us some clues.
Okay, let's unpack those stages.
All right.
I'm ready to hear about those pay bumps.
All right, so you typically start in an entry-level role, like a sales assistant.
Okay.
You're learning the ropes,
Yeah.
providing support to the sales team, getting familiar with the products and the industry lingo.
Paying your dues, soaking up all that knowledge.
Exactly. Then you might move up to a sales representative position.
Okay.
Now you're more involved in the client-facing side of things, building relationships,
Right.
maybe even assisting with smaller negotiations
More responsibility, bigger stake.
and bigger paychecks.
There we go.
As you progress to roles like key account manager or senior wholesale merchant, your earning potential significantly increases.
Okay.
We're talking potentially six-figure salaries, plus bonuses based on performance and experience.
Wow.
And according to industry data from SourceX, a senior wholesale merchant in a major metropolitan area can earn upwards of dollar amount per year, not including those performance bonuses.
Okay, so the potential for growth is definitely there, both in terms of career trajectory and earning power.
Absolutely.
But we'd be remiss if we didn't acknowledge the flip side of that coin.
Right.
RoleCatcher's pros and cons list does highlight some potential drawbacks, right?
It's true. It's not all sunshine and perfectly curated showrooms, unfortunately.
Right.
With high earning potential often comes high pressure.
Right.
This is a fast-paced, results-oriented field,
Okay.
and you need to be comfortable with deadlines, market fluctuations,
Yeah.
and the occasional curveball.
So maybe not the best career path if you faint at the sight of a spreadsheet
Right.
or crumble under tight deadlines.
Yeah, it takes a certain kind of person
Right.
to thrive in that environment, someone who's energized by the thrill of the deal and can stay cool under pressure.
Right. It's like they say, pressure can burst pipes or it can make diamonds.
That's a good way to put it.
And in this field,
Yeah.
those diamonds often translate to a very comfortable lifestyle.
They can. They can.
Okay, but what if the furniture industry itself isn't sparking joy?
Right.
Does that mean these skills are useless?
No, not at all.
Okay.
That's what I find so interesting about this career path.
Okay.
The skills you develop as a wholesale merchant are incredibly transferable.
Okay. Yeah, RoleCatcher's related careers section really drove that point home.
Yeah.
I was amazed at the range of industries listed there.
Right.
Yeah.
We're talking everything from textiles and home goods to cosmetics, electronics, even food and beverage.
Meat and meat products was a personal highlight for me. Never saw that one coming.
Wow. There you go.
Huh.
It goes to show you that the core skills of negotiation, market analysis, relationship building, and trend spotting are highly varied across the board.
Yeah.
That foundation can take you in so many directions, even if you decide to branch out later on.
It's like you're not just building a career, you're assembling a versatile toolkit that you can take with you wherever you go.
I like that, yeah.
Speaking of tools,
Yes.
let's circle back to RoleCatcher for a moment.
Okay.
They have this unique feature that I think our listeners will find incredibly valuable.
Yeah.
Especially those who are actively job hunting.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, you know I love a good efficiency hack.
Of course, who doesn't?
Tell me more.
Remember how we talked about tailoring your resume to each job description?
Right.
Well, their platform actually analyzes job specs to identify any potential skills gaps in your resume.
Hold on. So it's like having a personal resume consultant at your fingertips.
Essentially, yeah.
What?
It helps you figure out where you might need to, beef up your experience or highlight specific skills to make your application stand out,
Okay.
which is crucial in today's competitive job market.
It's like having a secret weapon in your job hunting arsenal.
It is. It is.
And it speaks to what we try to do here on the deep dive.
Yes.
Give you the information and tools to make smarter decisions, whether you're exploring a new career path or just trying to up your game.
Right. Because knowledge is power, but only when you know how to use it.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
There you go.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into the world of furniture wholesale, I feel like we've uncovered a hidden complexity most of us never consider.
It's true, we see the end result every day.
Right.
The perfectly staged showroom, the cozy armchair in our living room. But rarely do we think about the intricate web of negotiation, logistics, and market knowledge that brought it all together.
Or the people behind those negotiations, the ones who are analyzing trends, forecasting demand, and making sure that everything runs smoothly from factory floor to showroom floor.
Exactly.
It's a reminder that behind every product, there's a story,
Yes.
and often a team of people working behind the scenes to make it happen.
100%.
And in this case, it's a team with a surprisingly diverse skill set.
It is. It is.
They're analytical and creative,
Mhm.
persuasive and detail-oriented. They understand numbers, but also the art of a good deal.
Right.
And they're constantly navigating the delicate balance between supply and demand.
Also that you can find that perfect couch to sink into at the end of a long day.
Exactly. It really makes you appreciate the hidden world of wholesale trade.
It does.
And the next time you're browsing a furniture store, or any store for that matter,
Yeah.
take a moment to think about the journey those products took to get there,
Think about the people.
and the skilled professionals who made those journeys possible.
Absolutely.
It's a whole ecosystem we rarely see, but one that touches our lives in countless ways.
Well said.
And with that, we'll wrap up this deep dive into the world of furniture wholesale.
I enjoyed it.
We hope you learned something new and maybe even discovered a newfound appreciation for this dynamic and surprisingly complex field.
It is a fascinating field.
Until next time, happy shopping.